today we are checking out Don Cannon's video on his TMRO channel. Make sure that you check out the link in the description box because, yeah, help support your boy. In the meantime, in between time, I want to give a special thanks to Don Cannon for leaving a comment on the video. You didn't have to do that, homie, but I really do appreciate it. ATL love, that's how it works out here. Pause. Stop all that. The reason why I like using Don Cannon's content is, one, I want to help promote his channel and make sure that he stays successful. You know, I try to look out for people that have looked out for me in the past. And I think he offers a perspective in this space that is more of expertise and not guessing and using type beat, you know, rolling off of SEO and all that.
Check it out, y'all. We're at the legendary Circle House, and it's the recreation of the Cannon remix. I do have the original sample. I'm gonna play it, go through it. We're gonna sample it and recreate it.
That shit goes so hard.
So that's the whole record. After sitting with it.
How many times you think he had to re-edit that? Because, you know, one thing I really hate this space right now. As a sample-based producer, dog, like you really can't eat in this climate. And if you try to use like AI or something like that to teach people how to chop samples, then you got people just acting as if you're just, I don't know, bruh.
Trick I used to do, and a lot of people do with these machines, I sampled it and left mono, so it took some of the sounds out. So that's why it doesn't sound the same as when the beat comes out. When you pan certain samples, if you go to the right, you might hear vocals and drums, and you go to the left, you might hear horns, strings, different things. So those are that trick actually works a lot on 60s and 70s samples, and that's because they used a lot of panorama or you know what I'm talking about. They used a lot of panning to get space because of things that didn't exist that we got now, which is 32-bit afloat that allows you to have something extremely loud, but it'll still kind of keep some of that dynamic range. Then they had, you know, ancient shit. You feel me? Things that I often would do to try to make the sound different. I'm gonna sample it in and then, you know, get some pieces and show you how we did it. So you can already hear still taking some of the.
Oh my God. And you know, it's funny that is this track right here was sampled by, was it 69 Boys? I don't know. Luke also sampled this too. Well, maybe not Luke, Uncle Luke, Luther Campbell, for all my old heads out there, young heads that's trying to figure out what I'm talking about, in the song Scarred, which was a fire ass song back in the day.
Dirty that came out on the right side, that's the left side. Can't do that on the computers.
You most definitely can. He's trolling now. You can see it in his face. He's trolling.
So that's how I got that dirty feel. So I got that first part and go to the second.
And another thing we got to stop doing as producers in this space, that even when we use hardware, that joint right in front of you is a computer. It was built by, I want to say Creative Labs, but they built the Sound Blaster cards. Then they looked at what Akai was doing, and then they made the ASR series because it was a lot of, you know, drum machines and stuff like that, or samplers were selling a lot. And it has a SCSI on the back. That's a big giveaway. He doesn't have the 8 outs on the joint either. I don't know what it is about this camera. It makes me look like I'm high, bro. I am sober as hell right now. I'm about to get there, but when I wanted to stop it for, well, obvious, because it's sample, you know, I don't feel like dealing with copyright claims and all that, bro. I need my bread just like Don Cannon, you feel me? So what he's about to get into is the actual process on the ASR-X, ASR-10, or whatnot, because I believe they're pretty similar in workflow. I have not touched the ASR-10. Leave a comment below if you know if they are similar or not. But we're going to get into that process here, and let's get it.
I will edit it, turn all of them up.
So the one thing that he's not saying right now, and God bless his soul, God bless anybody that uses an ASR-X Pro, ASR-10. The one thing about those units that nobody talks about is how raggedy not only the sequence is, which people, I can deal with that because it does cause wonkiness, which gives a vibe to a track, but the encoders were absolute garbage. Even after their update, which I had to pay for on my floppy disk because I've had one. Let me go ahead and show proof. So there are videos. I've never done any short-term content on the ASR-X Pro when I had it, but I will. Just leave a comment below if you want that. But the one thing I couldn't do was make a good beat on this joint. So observe. My first beat was even worse. Observe this garbage. Of course, you ASR weirdos out there, y'all do some fire ass beats with it. I just couldn't get jiggy with that shit. I would want to recommend something if you plan on using an ASR-X Pro, whatever, old school MPC, whatever the case, because of things that are missing on the joint itself. You're going to need a MIDI clock, a good audio interface. I have one. It is this right here, which is the Arturia Audio Fuse Studio. I don't need it anymore because I don't plan on getting any more old school stuff. They usually run about $900, I believe, brand new. I'm selling mine for $550, and you can MIDI your stuff up. It has a built-in clock, ADAT, and all that stuff. That's my shield. Back to it. Now, that's me selling used gear.
I got my chops in there. This is how I will edit it. Turn all of them up.
Okay.
So that's how we'll start the chopping up.
So what he's basically doing is tightening up the start and end points of the sample, because you can copy and paste the sample into those pads, and those pads feel really good too. It was well designed, I ain't gonna lie. And what he's doing is just, I guess, I don't want to say truncating because it's all, destructive, but you tune it in. The sample part that you want to keep everything in mono so that or legato, so that you can keep the chops going.
My chops.
And that's basically what he's doing to arrive at the point that he's going to be at. I didn't even know it was this sample. He did that good of a job.
So basically what I'm doing is chopping up each piece. The gifted thing about the ASR is that I can put things on different pads and do different chops. The reason why I don't like the MPC is because you had to chop, copy. And in this machine, you could just chop it, on the ASR keyboard, you could do the same.
You have to do the same process. It's the exact same process. Matter of fact, on the MPC 2000 XL, which was the first MPC to have regions chopping, you can have one chop or one sample, and then once you have the one sample in a perfect loop, choose to chop each part of that or each region of that loop, and then you can just export it or take those chops and put it into the pads. It's not hard though.
It's just already there. I had multiple copies. I was just chopping, and I didn't have to chop a little piece, copy that to the next pad. I just had them already lined up.
You literally, my boy, literally did exactly that within the edits.
I don't even know if this was supposed to be like this because I'm overwriting the sounds that were in the machine. These machines, they only had about 24 seconds worth of sample time. My cheat code was chopping.
300 if you maxed out the RAM.
In pieces, that way I'm only sampling 8 seconds piece. So this is 3 pieces that I chopped for 8 seconds. Once I had my chops, I would send them to different sides. So when you actually heard the beat, the pans would go dun 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 dun. So
I'm just amazed that he chopped this. I didn't know.
So now I got them going in different speakers. When you had that headphone on, it's just attacking you. Sometimes I wouldn't pan it all the way, so I go like, stop at like maybe 45. So you still get like a little bit of center frequency as well. So it's pan, but it's just at like 40. Also with these machines, we didn't have no time stretch.
Interesting.
We didn't have warping like Ableton. So I had to chop each piece so I can go on beat the right way. Obviously.
What's funny? The MPC 2000 XL did have time stretching, even though it was like limited.
I had to do that for the intro to be on beat. So people can get in, nice and open, get your rap off, and do as much as you can. And that's for me to get out the way with drums and too many harsh samples. I also had a gunshot in that time because at the time when Fiend wrote the hook, he was talking about an AK. You know, AKs were really popular then. So I was
AKs being popular back then is a crazy line. Oh my God.
You know, amplify this beat a little bit. So, by the way, I'm doing this all with my memory. Back then,
those are stock drums, I believe.
I felt like that was a rhythm thing again.
When I had my ASR,
all moving drums, just feel
I believe those drums in there, but he pitched them.
This is hard. I don't even know how I'm remembering this 17 years later. It's so crazy right here, bro.
It's a moment. It sounds like he's doing this in double time.
I don't know how I remembered that, but I did.
Chops are clean.
See, that's the
Cannon.
The magic in this is mistakes. You heard the little guitar? That even sound better.
Hey, yo, is that ASR-X is a mistake. Yo, not to hate on the ASR-X Pro or anything like that. It has a lot of its charm. Most of it's in the effects, not so much when it comes to the sequencer. And I believe that was the main reason why the ASR-X and the ASR-X Pro, because the ASR-X was the black one, and then the ASR-X Pro was like a reissue. Man, I hate to be the person stuck with the ASR-X, bro, because if people know, they're never going to buy it. But yeah, there's a lot of gems that he dropped in this video. And a big shout out to Don Cannon yet again, because I do appreciate him sliding through. What I recommend that you subscribe to his channel, because he definitely has a lot of great content. I hope, you know, he gets to slide in there with Dr. Dre so he can do some archery shit. I don't know, Dre, do you still do the archery shit, my dude? People won't be like, Av knows Dr. Dre. I'm just gonna leave that out there for y'all. But then people's just gonna say, oh man, he was planted.